Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with an absolutely massive haul. This will be part one because there are over 100 pieces. So I just got back from Philly. I was home visiting my family, and if this is your first time here and you are unaware, my mom, who is the original thrifter, does some sourcing while she's out on her rounds around where she lives. So all year long, she's picking up a piece here, a piece there, and a couple times a year I go home and I bring it all back. And also we hit the thrift and the bins while I was home, as we do. So we've got so much stuff to get through. I always love seeing the difference in like what she picks up and what I pick up. She's got a great eye and she taught me a lot of what I know about, fashion and looking for quality. So, she's kind of the original in this sense. But before we get started here, guys, if this is your first time here, if this is your first time stumbling on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia. That is my name. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet here. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, we have a lot to get through. I will do my best to kind of move through this somewhat quickly. I've got about 50 pieces here in part one, and I've got another 50 pieces that'll go in part two. I think it's actually over 100, so it was a lot of stuff. But with all that being said, guys, why don't you get comfy, go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. Before we get into the haul, I want to take a quick minute to thank Vendoo for partnering with me on this video. Now, if you are looking to grow your sales in your reselling business, and since you are watching me, I'm going to guess the answer to that is yes, the easiest, simplest, most basic way to do so is by cross-listing. And I've had so many of you guys reach out, leave comments, telling me that cross-listing is intimidating. And if you're looking at actually cross-listing each item individually on multiple different platforms, yeah, it is. But using a cross-lister like Vendoo makes it so much easier. Let me put it this way. Are you already taking pictures and writing a listing? If so, then cross-listing is no more difficult than a few additional clicks at the end of writing that listing. Vendoo takes care of the rest. It will automatically track your sales, so if it sells on, say, eBay, it's gonna pull it down from every other platform that it's listed on. You can set it to send offers to likers automatically when they come through. You can set it to share your Poshmark listings multiple times a day, refresh your Depop listings multiple times a day, or bump your listings over on Grailed multiple times a day. This is all without you lifting a finger. So when I say that cross-listing is nowhere near as difficult as you think it is, I mean it. But only if you've got a cross-lister like Vendoo. I pretty much run my business 100% out of Vendoo's platform, and they're constantly developing new tools like their bulk listing editor and their AI listing generator that are removing these friction points that we run into as resellers. The amount of time it saves me during a month, and I really have to do a calculation on this one of these months, between the cross-listing, the offers, the sharing, the inventory management, I literally couldn't do what I do without it. And if you're already a Vendoo user and you love it, I would strongly recommend signing up for their annual plan. Not only do you get up to 2 months free, but you also get all of their add-ons included with that annual package at no extra charge. And of course, as a business expense, it's tax deductible. But like I said, if you're not cross-listing, you are literally leaving money on the table. So I urge you to give Vendoo a try and see for yourself how not intimidating cross-listing actually is. You're already doing all the work. Let them handle the rest. So if you're interested in giving them a try, click the link in the description down below and take 25% off of your first month. I promise you will wonder why you haven't done it sooner. Now, back to the haul. So we've got a few accessories throughout. This is one of them. This is a little Vera Bradley bag. Now this is, I think they call this the cozy plaid, and this specific bag style sells for about $35 on the secondhand market. Vera Bradley is hit or miss for me. I've had certain things go for like big dollars. In fact, I literally just sold a Vera Bradley purse today. But if you are paying up in a thrift store for something like this, because bags tend to be a little bit more expensive, do yourself a favor and look up, see if you can figure out the pattern that you're holding, because certain patterns are more collectible than others, limited editions, whatever. I'm sure some of you out there watching are a lot more well-versed in Vera Bradley. This was never really my thing when it was at the height of its popularity, but certain patterns are definitely more collectible than others. So take a little bit of time to figure out what you're holding before you pay up for it. I'm 100% sure that this came from the bins. So like I said, about 35 bucks. Next up here was this really pretty top. Now this is silk. The designer on this is Ann Carson, who I don't think is a brand that is particularly, that resells high, but she picked it up because this is 100% silk. It's this really beautiful, bright and cheerful stripe pattern, cute little sleeve tie accents there. It's a size large. It looks like sold comps on this brand are between like $20 and $30, and I would imagine that that's about what this will go for as well. I'll do my best to kind of get this keyworded to get the right eyeballs on it because it is so funky. It is, kind of artsy, but yeah, really, really pretty. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I probably would have passed up, but my mom has an eye straight for. Next up, a great little bread and butter piece. This is from Talbot's. She actually picked up a good amount of Talbot's, and here's the thing. I almost never pick up Talbot's here, but every time I go home and I get my mom's hauls back, there's always a couple pieces, and they always sell really quickly, so maybe I'll start picking up a few more Talbot's pieces. Most of the stuff isn't, something that's gonna sell for 50, 60 bucks, but, a quick $20 sale, I'm in. So this is from Talbot's. It's a beautiful, like light blue sweater, very, very lightweight. It's a cotton rayon blend, so it's got a nice drape to it, and then it's got this really pretty, like shredded detail around the collar. So it's a size 2X, which should help it move. I'll probably see somewhere between $20 and $30 on this. I don't have enough data in my own like spreadsheet on Talbot stuff to accurately predict it, but for the most part, that's kind of what I see for less significant Talbot's pieces. Next up, and this is something I'm probably going to try to get listed ASAP because this is definitely a little summer blazer. This is a little boy's linen blazer, and the brand on that is Appaman. Now, I've sold a couple pieces from this company before, and they were things, nothing like a blazer, but they were things that I picked up because they were like wildly well made for kids' clothes. This is a very high-end kids' clothing line. I mean, literally, like the buttons are engraved. There's a lot of detail here. Like, look at how the inside is finished. I mean, this is like a 2T jacket, but I should probably see somewhere between $30 and $50 on this. I don't do a lot of kids' clothes, but when I see that label, I will absolutely be picking it up. This is not a brand that my mom knew. She just picked it up because she's like, that was so well made. So I'll try to get this listed very quickly because this is perfect for summer weddings. Next up, we've got this men's top from Thomas Dean. This shirt gives me a little bit of like baby Robert Graham vibes, right? So you have the textured fabric on the outside. I don't know if you can tell that that is textured, but a little bit of texture there. And then the inside of the cuffs is like a contrast print. And these kind of shirts do really well for me from a bunch of different brands. This one I'll probably see somewhere, again, $20 to $30 on. I think most of the sold comps I'm seeing are between like $20, $25, but it should be a fairly quick sell. Again, this is the kind of thing that sells really well right now. This is like the going out for dinner and drinks uniform of the summer for guys when blazers just can't be done. Next up, now this is a boutique brand, but this particular boutique brand has a bunch of like really funky sweaters that do well for me. Like I've sold a couple of their sweaters and I'm very, very, very selective with what I pick up, but they've sold very quickly between like $20 and $30. This is Sincerely Jules. Now, I'm not gonna call this a bolo brand. I'm not gonna tell you to pick this up if you are paying up for it. But if you check comps on the specific sweater that you're holding and the prices are right, but this little crochet look, cropped, boxy cut sweater, I'm pretty sure that this is crochet style machine knit. You'll fact check me on it, please do. Anyway, I'll probably see, again, $25 to $30 on this, and no doubt it'll go quickly. Like this is the kind of thing that somebody will wear as like a swim cover up. So very, very cute. Next up, this is a polo shirt from Grayson. It's definitely a higher end golf shirt brand. This and like Rowback, I'm always on the lookout for. As with most higher end golf shirt brands, the wilder the print, the better. And this is like an unusual magenta and purple stripe, but that little fox is their logo there. So keep your eyes out for it. This should retail somewhere $30, $35 and will probably sell quite quickly. It's a size large, which is a good size tech polo, etc. Honestly, if you don't pick up a lot of guys stuff, this is something I've been trying to learn a lot about. There are certain brands that I find that when I find a desirable brand in the men's world, it sells faster than a desirable brand in the women's world. I think there's just less competition out there for it. So do some research into what golf shirt brands are going good, because this is the time people are buying it and they do not want to be spending $150 on a polo shirt. I'm pretty sure that's what that retails for. Oh my God, this was too funny. So my mom finds this and she's like, oh, it's silk, Julie, it's beautiful. It's vintage Juicy Couture. right? It's got these pretty ruffle sleeves, and these sleeves are ruffle with a scallop edge. The details on this are really nice. This is like a hammered silk satin. I don't know if you can see the texture there. The interior is all silk as well. I'm gonna guess this is probably like late aughts. And just like 3 feet over, we find a second one. Same size. I'm assuming these came out of the same girl's closet, but it's like that baby doll silhouette. And then the hemline has these like oversized pleats with a scalloped edge. I will keyword these very, very heavily with the era, and hopefully they'll move fairly quickly. I wouldn't doubt that I'll see probably $25 to $35 on each of these. Vintage Juicy sells very, very good for me. Even things that I think are ugly or am in like active disbelief that it's in style again, but keep your eyes out for some vintage Juicy pieces, guys. People are buying them. Next up, now this is one we found in the bins. This is a little romper. It's in this like linen blend in this kind of paper bag color. And it's got cutout sides, a little ruffle around the top. It's from a brand called Rose Velvet. And it's brand new with tags, cute little short shorts, size small. Something like this, I'll probably see somewhere $25 to $35 on. I've never sold anything from this brand before, but the quality felt really nice. And the fact that it's linen blend, it had a lot of stuff going for it. Another thing that I'm gonna try to get listed ASAP because it is definitively a summer piece. I don't know how to show this on the video. It's a little awkward. Like that's the top. It's a little hard to show. It'll look better once it's on the mannequin. Let me know if any of you are familiar with that brand because I've never seen it before. Like I said, something we picked up because it felt really nice. Next up, another kind of funky sweater. This has some nice long bell sleeves. This is definitely not like wool. It's pretty lightweight. I'm sure that this is acrylic or like a cotton blend of some sort. Very cool. A slightly cropped length, not quite cropped. This will hit like mid-hip. Approximately, that's probably about a size medium. Something I'll see, you know, $20 to $30 on. 100% this is gonna be a style keyword driven listing because we don't have a brand on it, but it is so funky and people are looking for stuff like this, especially with the bell sleeves. People are very much looking for bell sleeves. So if you have something that does have bell sleeves, make sure that it is notated in your listing. Next up, this is one that we found actually at the Thrift while we were there. So we paid up a little bit for it. This is Lily Pulitzer. This is a white linen dress, puff sleeves with a wrap silhouette. This is like a full wrap dress. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's cute. It's got a little tiered skirt, fully lined, again, linen on the outside, Lily Pulitzer. So expensive. I know a lot of people don't like picking up Lily anymore. And honestly, I think you just have to really leverage keywords. Something like this not only has the Lily Pulitzer pull, you know, in that it's a very expensive brand, it's a brand people know, the quality is great, but it's also a little white dress. So you can use your, you know, bachelorette party, bridal shower, bridal luncheon, all those different bridal era keywords that I talk about a lot. And I talk about a lot because they help. So make sure if you've got all white stuff, you are leveraging those keywords to get people who are seeking white clothing to your listings. So for this, I'll probably see somewhere $50 to $75. Sold comps are in that range, so definitely a good find. Next up, this little piece she had picked up from J. Crew. It is black velvet. We've got some blouson sleeves here. It's a little wrap shirt. So this is J. Crew like collection, not factory. It doesn't have the 2 little diamonds underneath. It's a size 8, simple little tie waist wrap shirt. Something like this, I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't sell until like Christmas time. This feels like a holiday top to wear to like, you know, a Christmas party or whatever. But a good quality like rayon silk blend velvet top in a very classic silhouette is pretty much something that will always sell until the end of time. So probably something around $20 to $25 on this. So cute. Next up, now this is a brand I would never pick up, but they're silk, they're paisley. They feel poolside in the 1960s to me, right? This is from Evan Picone. I think that they're vintage. They're actually new old stock, but they're 100% silk. They're size 16. I think that they'll sell no problem just because of the colors, right? Like that pink orange paisley is just so retro, right? And the silhouette is very retro as well. So I'm not quite sure what I'll get on these. I mean, somewhere between 20 and 30 probably. I don't think Evan Picone is a particularly expensive brand, but style-wise, these are just too cool. Let me know if you guys pick up Evan Picone when you see it. I feel like I haven't seen it in a while, let alone picked it up. I'm gonna guess they were actually from the 90s, just going by the look of that tag. It looks very 90s to me. Next up, this is one that my mom grabbed. This is a pretty purple cashmere pashmina scarf. Very lovely, in fantastic condition. Nice and large size pashmina for lots and lots of coverage. Something like this isn't a particularly like fancy scarf or anything like this. Again, probably between $20, $25, maybe a little bit more because it's 100% cashmere, but either way, these kind of cashmere scarves sell so well for me. So well. I don't pick up a ton of scarves, but when I see cashmere, I'm all over it. I've sold certain cashmere scarves up to $200, like secondhand, up to $200. Oh, this is a little swim cover up my mom grabbed. Again, something I'm gonna get listed. This is from a brand called Curations, which I'm pretty sure is like a boutique brand. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the brands that you see at like a swim boutique in a resort, right? So it's got a nice heavy fringe trim, which is always gonna be a good selling point. It is brand new with tags. Pretty black, white, and red pattern there. Something like this, probably, you know, again, $20, $25. These things are flying out of my closet right now. And who doesn't like a fringe moment? I know I do. It's so funny. I'm exhausted right now because I just checked all of these things in and there's like over 100 pieces. So I am like, whew, I'm in a daze. Next up, this is another one that we found at the bins while I was there. This is a little silk tie. Nothing super special, a little paisley print there. But the thing that's special about this is that it is Liberty of London. Now, Liberty of London, a couple weeks ago, I had a ship with me where I shipped off one of the Liberty of London collab with Target dresses. And I said I would not be buying any of those if I saw it. I do not mean that I won't be buying Liberty of London stuff. Liberty of London is like an old school British-based print house and people collect specific patterns. So honestly, I think it's a really good looking tie just to start with, but Liberty of London is definitely a brand to be on the lookout for, especially if you can find a dress. So something like this, you know, for the most part for ties, I'll get between like 15 and 25 bucks depending on what they are. I don't pick up a ton of ties, but when I see special designers, I will pick them up. Next up, this is one that I need to do a legit check on. This is a polo shirt, but it is a Burberry polo shirt. Now, I've seen quite a bit of fake Burberry. Now this feels really nice, like quality-wise. It's got the little logo here is metal. And it's got the knight right there. So obviously, if you were somebody who knows a lot about Burberry, let me know. And you know, and the buttons are all engraved and all of that. And the inside tag looks pretty good, but let me know what you know. I mean, my big thing is I don't see the Novacek anywhere on here. And I mean, maybe this is an older piece, but they're, a lot of their polo shirts that I've seen have like that Novacek. If you don't, that's the name of the Burberry plaid. They call that the Novacek. It'll have like a hit of that. Most of the things that I've seen have had some kind of hit of that check as kind of a signature. So I'll have to take a little deeper look into this, but if you know just by looking at it, let me know. So if it's real, somewhere around $100. If it's not, back to the donation bin. Let's find out. But you gotta take a chance when you see it, right? Next up, a little bread and butter piece. This is a brand I don't really touch. The main reason I grabbed this is because it's a linen jersey. This is from Philosophy. And it's a size 2X linen jersey tank top. I mean, this thing is such a little breezy dream. I won't see much for this. Philosophy is a brand I see a lot at like TJ Maxx. I see it, I want to say it's sold at like Macy's, Belk, that level of department store. Again, nothing I'll get a ton of money for, but it is in basically brand new condition and in this absolute dream of a textile. Probably somewhere probably $15 to $22 on this. And no doubt this will sell very quickly just given the time of the season. Another thing I'm going to try to prioritize to get listed ASAP. Next up, this is a label I love to see. This is from COS. This is a mohair wool blend long line sweater. You can't really see the definition here, but this is the label you're looking for if you've never seen it. It's very subtle and you'll miss it if you don't know what you're looking for. But this is in great condition. It is a size small, which will probably slow it down some. This is like a heavy sweater. This might not sell until fall. I would not be surprised. But this probably retailed like $200, $250. And I'll probably say somewhere around $40 on this. It's kind of funny, when we were at the regular Thrift while I was home, their thrift store will jack up prices of certain brands, and COS was one of the brands that they had raised the prices on. I remember I found a beautiful like wool COS sweater. I was so excited when I saw it, and then I pulled it out and it was like $24. I'm like, what? That seems like such a random brand to jack up the price on. So if you go to stores that raise prices on specific brands, let me know A, if cost is jacked up, and B, what the most ridiculous brand that they mark up is, because that really struck me as funny. There were other things that were, to be totally honest, higher end than that were not marked up at all. So let me know. Next up, this is 100% a style pickup. It's just a little cotton gingham shirt with some embroidered flowers here. This has a good Western flair to it. This is something that I'm gonna list with like rockabilly, country swing. This looks like the kind of top. It's just a little boutique brand influence. It is made in India. This is 100% the kind of thing that somebody who dresses retro, who dresses in that kind of rockabilly style, which is like where vintage and Western kind of collide. That's really the rockabilly style. This will go for that. Again, it's a boutique brand, so I don't think anybody's really gonna care about the brand, but I'll probably see $15 to $20 on that. Next up are two linen tops that I found while we were at the bins. The first is this pretty shell pink. It's got 3/4 sleeves. It's a size 2X. It's from Edward Irish Linen. I literally just sold a shirt from Edward Irish Linen and it sold in like a day. So it's just a pretty tunic style top with a split neck and some beading and embroidery there all along the neck. It's all tonal. Stunning, in great condition, probably somewhere $25 to $35 on this one. There is just nothing like Irish linen. So there's that one, and then this one that I found not too far off. This one is a size large. The linen's a bit lighter. It's a sage green. It's by this brand called Buttons. This feels very 90s to me. And it's got 3/4 length sleeves. Again, tunic style with some sequining and embroidery around the split neck. Very, very similar shirts. It's giving Galinda and Elphaba, obviously, but so pretty. I mean, these kind of linen shirts, I don't know this brand. I'm familiar with this brand. I don't really know where this brand was sold, if this was like a TJ Maxx brand or if this is something that was sold in Ireland. It's definitely Irish linen. It's got that Irish linen has a very like distinct feel to it, but these kind of tops will always sell just because of what they are. They're forever in style. They're always chic for the summer, and yeah, again, probably 25 to 35 bucks on this. Next up, oh, this is funny. So this is something that my mom gave back to me, and I actually thrifted this for her, I don't know, like a year ago, and she said it's just too big for her, but she looks great in this kind of bright periwinkle color. But this is from Fresh Produce. I love finding fresh produce stuff. It's a very high-end casual wear brand out of Laguna Beach. I don't know if they're based out of Laguna Beach, but they do have like a storefront in Laguna Beach. Beautiful slub cotton. I love this color. It is a size extra large, but I just thought it was funny. She never wore it, so she gave it back to me to sell. So something like this from Fresh Produce, pretty much everything I've ever had from Fresh Produce, and I've picked up quite a bit of it, sells very, very quickly, but probably somewhere 20 to 30 on this. Their stuff is very, very expensive. So if you are in the market for really great looking casual wear, you like this slub cotton, that seems to be a lot of what they do, check out Fresh Produce and check it out on the secondhand market if you're looking for a steal of a deal on it. But I will pick up that label anytime I see it. I'm actually pretty comfortable paying up for that, even in like the t-shirts. I'm not gonna be paying $7, $8 for it, but $3 or $4, I would pay that all day. Next up, this is a men's linen modal shirt. This is from a brand called Amiani, which when I looked it up seems to be pretty high-end. It looks like it's a brand that's sold in like boutiques in high-end resorts. And it's a linen modal blend, so it has the feel of linen but the drape of modal, which we love. But just eyeballing it, this looks like a size large. These kind of men's shirts with a linen blend, they have been selling super, super, super quick for me. I'm not quite sure what I'll get for it. Again, I think it is higher end. I mean, like all the finishing is nice, like all the buttons are engraved. This doesn't feel like a boutique brand. This doesn't feel like something that was like slapped together, but no doubt I'll see at least $20, $25 on this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this sells within 2 or 3 days, because that has been my experience with shirts like this over the past couple months. Like men's resort style shirts flying out of my closet, like flying out within days. So keep your eyes out for them. I know that we're coming back into back to school season, but as you start to source for spring, for sure keep your eyes out for stuff like that, especially at the bins where you can get them really inexpensively. Next up, my girl needs no introduction. This is Eileen Fisher, and it's a size 3X linen shirt, which, I mean, yes please, yes please, yes please. Eileen Fisher, I pick up pretty much anything that I can find, especially at the bins. This one did not come from the bins. I want to say that we paid like $4 or $5 for it, but linen, size 3X, this will sell in no time. Flat, plus size Eileen Fisher sells incredibly well, and I find almost none here out in LA. So this was an exciting find for me because I rarely see anything above like a large, extra large. But I'll probably see somewhere $30 to $40 on this, maybe a little bit more. I'll have to take a look at it. This is obviously horribly wrinkled, so I'll give it a bath, give it a nice good steam, and get this one listed ASAP. You know I love my Eileen Fisher. Next up, now this was an interesting thing. I mean, you can kind of see how heavy this is. This is a back to school pickup for sure. This is from a brand called Minimal, but let me show you the tag. They do kind of streetwear style clothing. It's not crazy expensive. I want to say that this retailed probably between $80 and $100, but look at this fabric. It's like a boucle almost. It's very heavy. Like this is pretty much a shacket, and it's got like raw hem on it, buttoned down, 2 chest pockets, and it's a size medium. Now, sold comps on this shirt in particular are between like 30 and 40 bucks. So I'm excited to see how this does, because I know I've seen this label before and I know I've left it behind, but I know I've never seen anything as substantial as this. So this will be a little bit of a test for me. Let me know if you are familiar with the brand, or if you've sold this brand, or it's something that you pick up all the time. Let me know how it does for you. That is heavy. Next up, this is one that we picked up at the bins. This is a short sleeve button down shirt from United by Blue. Now, I don't know if this brand is still around, but they were definitely in that like Patagonia kind of ecosystem. I don't fish to save my life, but I'm pretty sure that those are lures. Bait? Nope. Bait's Live. So it's like a textured cotton. I believe this is actually a cotton hemp blend. Yeah, organic cotton and hemp blend. And sold comps on this brand seem to be pretty solid, somewhere in the like $25 to $35 range. So I'm interested to see how it does. It's really, really nice. And like, I know a ton of people who wear stuff like this, so I have no doubt that this will go really quickly. This is like a perfect little casual summer shirt. I mean, I lived in the mountains of Utah. All of the people I knew were very big into fly fishing. I tried it once. I hooked my own back. So I think it's safe to say that there will be no more fly fishing in my future. I am happy to cook the fish at the campsite. I am happy to drink the beers on the bank, watching everybody fly fish, but I will not be doing that again. Those hooks, just in case you don't know this, are barbed. Yeah, you can't pull them out. It's great. Next up, while we were at the bins, my mom found a little cache of Chico's Travelers. I've never seen Chico's Travelers in this light color. So they're all kind of taupe, but 2 match and 1 is close but doesn't match. So we've got a pair of pants, size 2, which is I believe a size large, and they're just like a straight leg, you know, perfectly stretchy pant made of the classic Travelers fabric, and then it has a matching tank top, which is a size 3, which I believe is a size extra large, but they absolutely match. These are the same fabric, so I'm assuming that they're part of the same outfit. And then with them there was one that was slightly lighter but the same tank as before, so this is more of like a bone color, same size 3. These are the newer Travelers tags, so probably somewhere 20 to 30 bucks each. I'm debating whether or not I want to sell those as a set. I think I might actually kit those two together. They are a different size, so maybe not. Either way, I love Chico's Travelers. It sells well for me. Next up, this is what my mom loved. So this is a beautiful papaya. Again, another thing I need to get listed fast. This is like a lightweight cotton, cute little cropped tank top. It is a size 3X. I think this is just a boutique brand, Oppa, O-P-P-A. It is made in India. It's got a smocked back for a perfect fit, but again, 100% cotton. Love these straps. These little ruffle straps, and they have a corset style top. There's no boning in this or anything, but it has that kind of like corset style top with a little bit of darting. And again, this color on summer skin, not my summer skin, but people who actually tan their summer skin, is such a dream. Probably somewhere around $20 on this. So cute. Again, something I need to get listed ASAP. Next up, talk about things I'd never get my hands on here because the Bins Bros are here for it. This is a pair of Carhartt pants. Just some kind of classic carpenter style Carhartt pants. I don't know if these are true vintage or anything, but Carhartt just in general, this has a little bit of damage to it, like a little bit of staining here and a few little picks here, but in my experience, they sell even with damage in it, especially if you can find the vintage, but the brand will sell itself, right? So I'm not quite sure. Again, I don't get my hands on any Carhartt out here because it is snapped up so quickly. So I'll have to do a little bit of research in terms of what I can get for it again. I don't think that these are vintage. Probably somewhere like 25 bucks, maybe around there. Carhartt's wild, man. This stuff is built to last. Next up, this little Trina Turk top. This is a size small, but it's this hot pink again, something that I need to get listed ASAP because this is the color that cannot really be worn by many people in the winter. This feels very sporty to me. Trina Turk is so wildly expensive, but something like this I'll probably see like $25 to $35 on. And again, something that I probably need to get listed pretty quickly because, you know, 'tis the season and the season is quickly running out. But Trina Turk stuff, especially if I see it in the bins, I'm gonna grab it. Next up, now this is a little Nike golf shirt, and generally Nike golf isn't something that I'm gonna pick up. The reason that I did pick this up is because it's from the 2016 PGA Championship in Baltusrol? I always thought it was Baltusrol, and when I'm reading it, that is not how it's spelled, so please, if anybody knows how that's pronounced, can you give me a phonetic spelling down below? But this is the kind of thing to always look for. When you see these kind of bigger sporting events, the Masters, the PGA Tour, you know, the US Open for tennis, keep your eyes out for souvenir merch from stuff like that because there are collectors, right? There are collectors that love this kind of stuff. I mean, like I just recently sold a Masters caddy hat, just like a plain green, like dad style hat with the Masters logo, and it went for like $60. So keep your eyes out for that kind of stuff. Something like this isn't, you know, as iconic as the Masters, at least to the outside world of people who don't golf, but I'll probably see somewhere between $20 and $30 on that. I do know that's a very prestigious course. That much I know. And that's about the end of what I know on that. Next up is this adorable little baby sweater. This is from Mayoral, and it says it's a size 5, but it's cream colored, and it's got these little sparklies on the front with a tiny little ruffle at the bottom. This feels, so it's a cotton wool blend, and it is as soft as could be. And this brand I know is sold at Maisonette, which is a higher end like kids boutique online. I always love, if you're ever looking for like gifts for a kid, the first place I'll always tell you to go is to your local like small business kind of educational toy store. They always have really cool like kits and activities for kids. But if you don't have access to one of those, check out Maisonette. They have really, really cute stuff and then like high-end clothing like this. They have a whole section on what they call imagination play. So it's a lot of like costumes and stuff like that. And as a girl who had, I'm gonna put it out there, the costume box of everybody's dream, I had the most epic costume box as a kid because my mom was a thrifter. So when I see those kind of things for kids, that's the kind of stuff that I'm gonna buy, not anything noisy or plastic. Like all of my nephews have gotten capes for me. All of them. So, but something like this, I'll probably see again, like $20 to $30 on it. This is just so adorable. Next up, these are funny. I mean, this is the kind of thing that like 2 or 3 years ago, it would have made the entire day. This is the Spanx faux leather leggings. We found these in the bins while I was there. And my mom picks them up and she's like, but why? They really do look like leather. I had a pair. I wore them once. They were too tight for me. I am a creature of comfort. I sold them immediately after. So back in the day, these would have been like $60, like immediate. I still see about $30 on these. I mean, they still look like leather without actually being leather. They're certainly a lot more comfortable than leather leggings would be. So there will probably always be a market for pants like this. And these are in great condition. I'm gonna guess that the person who had these maybe did the same thing as me, where you wore them once and you were like, yeah, I'm good. But anyway, glad to find them at the bins. And these did come from the thrift store, and I'll tell you right now, I would not have paid $6 for them, but at the bins, I will still pick those up. Guys, we're getting there. We're almost down to the bottom of the bag. So this is something that my mom picked up. This is from Joseph A. Bank, a brand I never pick up. But this is a 100% cashmere sweater. And cashmere is cashmere. It's a pretty like red color V-neck, very classic menswear style. I'm not quite sure what I'll get for this. I've never sold anything from Joseph A. Bank. You know, it is cashmere. It's in great condition. So I'll say probably a minimum of $30. Maybe a little bit more. I've only been in Joseph A. Bank like once in my life, so I'm not really familiar with how the pricing is. So we'll see. I mean, a great cashmere sweater is always a pickup for me. So I'll be interested to see how that does, and I'll try to report back either on one of my Ship With Me's or over on my short form content over on TikTok or Instagram if you partake. please give me a follow over there. Lots of like little bite-sized ship with me's on the days that I don't film a big video. I think we're down to about 4 pieces. Next up are these great suede pants. Aren't they fun? These are from INC. I'm gonna guess that these are 90s vintage, lined all the way down in this camel suede. These are straight leg pants, a little bit boot cut. Leather pants are forever a pickup for me. These are a size 6, and that lining is that nice kind of soft satin. These are in fantastic condition. I'm gonna guess that I'll probably see somewhere around $40 on these. I will always say, if you see leather pants or a leather skirt, suede or otherwise, pick it up, because even the cheapest possible leather or suede skirt or pair of pants that you can find, the cheapiest that you find is still gonna be like $75, $100. And the prices go, you know, to the moon when you get into ultra high quality stuff, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, into the thousands. So like on the secondhand market, this is the kind of stuff that's like perennially in style, and people are always gonna be looking for leather and suede pants. They're always gonna be looking for a leather and suede skirt. And like even on sale at the cheapest possible store, it's still probably gonna be like north of $50 at an absolute minimum. So I'm usually able to get, you know, $40, $50, $60, $70, depending on what they are, for these kind of pieces, and you know, for good reason. And these are so soft, so soft. Oh, next up, this one was so pretty. This is a brand called Kyla Seo, which I'd never heard of before, but it looks like they were sold in Anthro at one point, but it seems like they have a bit of a cult following. It's this nice gauze with exposed seams, and it's got this beautiful heavy duty embroidery all over. And these are quite expensive. They retailed, like, I think it was about $150 or $180. And on the resale market, a lot of their pieces, this is a size small, a lot of their pieces were reselling in the $40 to $50 range. So keep your eyes out for that label. Another one I'll try to report back on, but it is just beautiful. I mean, like, look at all the embroidery all over. I love it. This kind of heavy embroidery is something that will always catch my eyes when I am outsourcing. But yeah, nice boxy fit, ever so slightly cropped, you know, just enough to kind of tuck into the top of your pants, but gorgeous and in fantastic condition. Oh, I forgot there were a couple hats in here. One of them is this little hand knit Mickey Mouse hat, which is so adorable. This doesn't look like baby size, but it looks like it might be like little kid size. Super cute, definitely hand knit on that. I think that this is like a cotton wool blend. It's got like the heft of a wool, but it feels like cotton. Either way, super adorable. I might gift this to my friend's little kid because I think he would be absolutely adorable in that. And then this one also, I think that this is also hand knit, and it's got this cute little curly bottom to it. I've never seen anything like this. It looks to me a little bit like an octopus, but I don't know, like $15 on this. Like I said, I'm probably gonna gift this to my friend's kid. Next up, this was a fun find. This is from Misa, which is a brand sold at Revolve, very, very high end. This is something that is not going to show well on the camera. It looks much better when it's got a body under it, but it's got spaghetti straps, a little bit of a blouson top, and a little bit of a racer back, and then the skirt itself is a little bit draped with a tie in the front. Again, this does not show well when there's not a body under it. So this probably retailed around $400. Misa is very, very expensive. And this particular dress, the last sold comp that I saw, I think was like $60 or $70. So somewhere between $40 and $80 on this. It is a size medium and in like perfect condition. 2 to go, and this is definitely a brand that I'd never heard of, but I will be keeping my eyes out for it. This is Habitat, and this is a beautiful double-faced gauze top, and that is the label you're looking for there. And I love the style of this. So it's buttoned down, it's got a little bit of contour there with the contrasting patterns. These buttons themselves are metal. I don't know if you can hear that. It is a size extra small, but I'll tell you, this is a pretty oversized fit for an extra small. Like this looks to me, if I'm just eyeballing it, like a medium, if not a large. So this is definitely an oversized fit. Very, very cute. Sold comps on similar shirts from this brand are between $40 and $50, so probably around there. It looks like it's a pretty high-end brand to start with. I love these sleeves. Give me a chunky cuff any day. So definitely a good find. It's definitely very good quality, so not surprised that it drew my mom's eye, but yeah. Definitely a new one. Let me know if you're familiar with the brand. It's new to me and something that I will for sure be keeping my eyes out for. Their stuff looks to be very much in line with the kind of stuff that I like to sell. So gorgeous. And finally, we've got ourselves a Theory linen blazer. This is an exciting find. It's exciting for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's Theory, which is very, very expensive, very high-end kind of basics company. Number two, it's linen. The thing that I like the most about it is that it is double-breasted. You can see it's got that double-breasted closure there. And that is so in style right now. Obviously, prep is very, very big in fashion right now. And that double-breasted style is so like of that movement. So for sure, there's a lot of keywords in that vein, you know, preppy, prep, nautical, Ivy League, etc. Those kind of keywords will get the right eyeballs to this. This probably retailed like $500. Again, Theory is extremely expensive. I will probably see somewhere between like $50 and like $80 on this, but it's in like pristine condition. And linen blazers in the summer, all day, if you can get your hands on them. But that is it, guys. That is part one of this insanely huge haul that I brought back from Philly. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. It's always a good exercise for me to go and see what is available elsewhere. I'm completely aware that the thrifting scene here in Los Angeles is legendary. So I think we've got some great stuff. We've got some even better stuff coming in the next half of this haul. But I always appreciate you guys choosing to spend a little bit of your precious time with me. It means so much to me. You have no idea. But if you had fun here, guys, please consider leaving a like or comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. And of course, if you want to give Vendoo a try, don't forget to click the link in the description down below to get 25% off of your first month. But without further ado, guys, I hope you have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you all in the next one.